What's up, savages? Terrence Pop here with another episode of Live from the Lair. And today we're going to be covering basically it's a phenomena that affects all men from the minute you drop out of the meat suit to the day you drop into the grave. And it has to deal with life's frustrations, or you can say patience if you want to be optimistic. And we're going to talk about that at the end when we do the lecture. Now, Blake's not here. We have Jimmy Bones. Hey, Jimmy, can you check and see if we're streaming on Odyssey and Twitch? Because I got some errors.
Yeah, I was seeing those. Okay, just got the confirmation that Odyssey is going through, and I do have Twitch opened up here as well, and it does seem we are going through.
Okay.
So, not sure what that was, but Murphy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bastard.
It is what it is. All right.
This is going to be a good one.
All right, you guys, have you seen the video I did on adulting? All right, if you watch that, you know, you're going to basically get a gist for what's going on. Basically, the video adulting is just all of the shit you got to do after you turn 18 that before you turned 18, you couldn't wait to do it. But then once you become an adult, you want to go back to being a kid and you can never go back. And it just is what it is.
Motherfucker. It does seem that we are having some hiccups over on Odyssey for some reason. So apologies for that one over there, gentlemen. Does not wanting to load for that reason, but Twitch does seem to be running. I'm not sure what the issue is.
Yeah. How many people we have watched on Odyssey anyway? Like 50?
Let's see. We had 8 currently watching. Hang on, let me reset the stream over there. We'll see if it'll reload there. So apologies, gentlemen. Bear with me.
It is what it is.
Not sure what the problem is.
Oh, man. Like usual, we're going to cover a bunch of not articles, but I guess they are articles, but we're going through a lot of the frustrations that and bad habits of the current woman today. And some of it does reflect over to dudes as well, but it just is what it is. I got to turn my phone down.
Turn your phone off, man.
Yeah, because I know some douchebag is going to call me. And it's going to turn into a problem. All right, what do we start off with?
Well, right here, we'll just go ahead and start off with a banger here. The 25 brutal signs of a selfish woman sometimes include products we think are useful to our readers. If you buy this, shut up, I don't care about fucking that.
Yeah, just get to the list. We don't care about.
She doesn't seem to care about anyone's feelings but her own. Because
I. That's very common in today's day and age.
Yep, clear sign of a selfish woman is someone who seems to lack any sympathy or empathy. Well, that's okay. We all know where to find sympathy, right, Pop?
Yeah, in the dictionary between shit and syphilis.
She appears incapable of seeing things from any side of except her own. It's almost as though she's blinded by her own emotions and so cannot or will not consider other people's.
Narcissism, anyone?
Just a little bit. She doesn't think before speaking. She doesn't give a second thought of how her words may affect others. In fact, she often blurts out quite abrupt or unkind things, seemingly oblivious to how they could be received. She doesn't take the time to think before speaking because she puts her own thoughts and feelings above other people's. She takes advantage of people. Pretty obvious here. Selfish person always tries to take advantage of the situation. They're constantly looking for ways to get their hands on more money, power, attention, or whatever else they want. No favor is too big to ask for a selfish woman because she expects others to pull themselves out for her.
Yep. So have you noticed what most of these that we've covered so far are highly revolving around selfishness? So just so you know.
Yep. And of course, she's going to make excuses. If she does nothing wrong, she'll make up an excuse for why it was okay.
Mhm.
And then she'll try to convince everyone that she didn't do anything wrong in the first place. And more narcissism.
Yep. Again, that is the hallmark of narcissist selfishness.
Yep. She only cares about what's going on in her life because it's so important. Her problems are always bigger. Her life is always more interesting. So she's not really interested in what's going on in other people's lives. She's usually focused on herself and her own needs. Mhm.
Yep.
She has different battery operated boyfriends for each of her needs. She interrupts you when you speak. When you're trying to talk to her, she'll interrupt you every few seconds on the rare occasion that you do manage to get a word in, especially during an argument. She wants to control the conversation and has no interest in listening to your point of view, so she'll never let you finish your sentence. She'll cut you off mid sentence and start talking over you again.
And you know where I've seen examples of this is I've watched a few of the Pearly Thing shows, and she has these narcissistic, just selfish fucking cunts. And she's staying to the facts and talking about the reality and the numbers, and these women keep interrupting and bringing it down to, well, I feel and I believe. So, I mean, God, that's just I don't know how she does that show. It would drive me absolutely crazy.
Yeah, no thanks. I will pass on that one.
Mm-hmm.
She loves to receive, but not give.
Very common in the women of today.
I can say there's an innuendo there somewhere.
And she likes to get her flaps manipulated with your tongue dart, but she
Yep.
won't mouth hug head bob you.
Nope. Selfish women have a sense of entitlement. That's why they think of nothing of always receiving yet never giving. They don't like to share their possessions or help others, but they expect others to help and share with them.
And they'll guilt you if you don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple of relationships happen with that. Fun times.
Yeah.
She thinks she knows best. She believes she knows better than everyone else. She feels entitled to all the decisions, even when she isn't qualified to do so. She thinks she should be able to decide which way to go without consulting anyone else. She thinks she knows everything, so assumes that everyone else should agree with her.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, my, I'm right at everything and do for me. Okay.
Yep.
This is sounding great, isn't it?
So wonderful. She's always complaining. I'm gonna let that thought go.
Yeah, these women are like a sump. It's a sump pump of sympathy. They're selfish and they want sympathy, and they're willing to pump it out of the lowest dregs they possibly can. Wow. Okay.
Fun times. And bear with me here, gents. I'm going to try to get these notifications to go away, and hopefully everything's still, because I'm jumping back and forth between Twitch and Odyssey, and not sure what the issue is.
We can't see the error. They're not showing up.
Well, they do seem to be running, so hopefully they'll stay running. So that'll be good. Alrighty, back to here. She's manipulative. Oh wait. She's always complaining. She complains about everything. It's as if nothing is ever good enough. That's because selfish girls think the world owes them something. They can't look beyond their own situation, and so they see problems everywhere, whether it be in her family, friends, job, or just the waiter who hasn't brought her a drink yet.
Yeah, and the women that always complain, I can guarantee you, if you get into a relationship or you marry these women, you're gonna get caught in the Cudge factor, meaning every single thing that normally would cost X amount of dollars is going to cost X amount of dollars plus 30% because you got to keep up with the Joneses or Jamal. It's very expensive.
Yep. No, thank you. She's manipulative.
No. The master of chore play? No.
Selfish women want to get their own way, and so they're prepared to manipulate others to make it happen. They know exactly how to use words and actions to get what they want. They may pretend to care about someone else, but they're actually using them to achieve their own ends.
No.
No, of course not.
Never satisfied?
Oh yeah, she's
Again,
never satisfied.
fudge factor.
Yep. Or too many battery-operated boyfriends that are machine washable have done nerve damage.
No, they stretched out the hot pocket.
Oh,
It just won't take sausage or salami ever again.
oh. Perfect. Perfect example.
I love that one.
One of the more subtle signs of a selfish person is that they're never happy with what they got. They always feel there's something missing no matter what you do for them. They're always wanting more rather than showing genuine gratitude for what they already have.
Absolutely correct.
Yep. Another pillar of being a narcissist, they always have to be the center of attention. Selfish woman will often seek out situations where she can make it all about her. She probably loves feeling the center of the universe and being in the center of attention, especially at parties. She might sulk or get moody when she doesn't seem to like all eyes on her.
Now, an example of this that turns my stomach. It's about 10, 11 years ago. A service member that I knew died suspiciously. They didn't deem it a suicide, but he died anyway. And about 2 or 3 weeks prior to that, he was served with divorce papers. And, she had the cops come and grab him and drag him out of the house and had a PPO put on him and everything. And he mysteriously dies, I think 2 or 3 weeks later. And I went to the funeral and I had to hand that motherfucking bitch his flag with the brass from the 21 gun salute. I wanted to hand her that flag and just bust her right in the mush. I was beside myself with black, seething hatred for this woman. And this woman had all of these attributes that we're covering in this article. That's why I picked it. Okay, sorry.
Fun times.
Yeah.
She's always late or keeps you waiting. Well, if they didn't take, 2.5 hours to put 15 pounds of war paint on, we could go get our steak dinner.
We did a comedy video called Chick Time. That one's fairly common.
Yep. If you ask her to meet you somewhere, she'll almost certainly be late, or she'll keep you waiting while she finishes some last-minute tasks. Everything is on her timeline and schedule. She doesn't seem to respect other people's time. She'll even cancel on you last minute without a second thought if it suits her. Been there before many times.
Me too.
Yep. And she can't compromise. Compromise? What on earth is that? It's an alien concept to selfish women, and she expects you to do things her way or else. If you disagree, she'll either ignore you or try to change your mind.
Listen, if you're a man and you're on your frame and you're with a woman who will not compromise, do an about face and walk off the lot, because I'm telling you, it is going to add up to a whole buttload of pain and misery down the road. It's not worth pushing the issue. Trust me.
Yep. There's no middle ground. You either agree with her or you're wrong. Women have to be right all the time. She's critical. Selfish women are constantly judging and criticizing, mainly to other women. They're quick to find fault with other and criticize their behavior, largely because they struggle to see anyone else's point of view. That can make selfish women very judgmental and intolerant of other people. They believe they're right and everyone else is wrong.
Really?
No.
No, she's different. She loves me.
She may also put other people down simply to make herself feel better.
Yeah, I had a commander that did that. Dina.
Dina. We always love the Dina stories. Those are good.
I hate that.
When she talks, she always says me and never we. This is another sign of a selfish woman. Normally, when you have a close relationship, you tend to use we more than you use I or me. But a selfish woman will continue to use the singular terms even when the story situation involves someone else. This shows you that she largely thinks of things from a solo perspective.
Yep.
Uh,
Me, my, I.
yeah, people that don't think their shit don't stink are the ones that irritate me the most.
There's no we,
Yeah.
us, or together when you talk to these women.
Nope, just me, myself, and I, and Tyrone and Jamal and Paco and
Oh,
she
yeah.
she never puts her hand in her pocket. Okay, this one's gonna need some explaining.
She won't pay for shit.
Ah, yeah, okay, that's what it meant. Oh, yeah, yep. She expects others to pick up the tab.
Mhm.
There's an assumption that whoever she's with, especially if she's on a date, will cover the cost of drinks, meal, activities, etc. Princesses don't pay.
That's right. They're
Yeah.
narcissistic, just bitches. And they literally have the gall to treat you like shit and then get all offended when you're like, hey, pay your part of the check.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, we are back live on Odyssey there. Everything seemed to have unfornicated itself over there. Hang on, let me reset the stream there. Okay, so we should be good over on Odyssey. Sorry about that, gents.
Listen, if it keeps fucking up on Odyssey, then we'll just terminate it because obviously there's something going on with them.
Yeah, they got Murphy fucking around with the wrench in the back. Oh, and there it goes again. Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
All right, well, Odyssey's a
just turn it off.
yeah, we'll just go ahead and remove that down. All righty. Sorry, gents over there at Odyssey. So things kind of fucking Murphy, that bastard. Back to the article here. She lies when it suits her. A selfish woman will lie to protect herself. She knows that lying is one of the easiest ways to manipulate others, and she uses it as a tool to get her own way. She'll lie to avoid telling you something unpleasant, or she'll lie to make herself look good. She'll even lie to you and she'll even lie to make you think she's nicer than she really is.
And listen, this is the lying tool for these narcissistic women is one of the primary tools used to manipulate you.
Yep. Don't let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
She's controlling. When a selfish woman is, with a selfish woman, it's her way or the highway. Selfish woman in a relationship may want to keep tabs on you or on what you do or what you see. It might feel as though you are on a short leash. She'll also expect you to do whatever she asks, whether you want to or not. Saying no to a selfish woman is tricky, and she'll punish you if you do.
Mm-hmm.
Punish me how? By withholding the poon.
Well, you're
I'm
probably
fine.
not getting that anyway.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
She cannot see when she is in the wrong.
Well, that's a given right there.
Yeah,
They never admit they're wrong. They can't even see when they are wrong. And even if you take them down that road, they will argue, tooth and nail against it, even though if you have all the facts and figures and evidence. I've seen it many times.
Yep.
Many times.
She cannot see when she is in the wrong. As when a selfish woman makes a mistake, she'll struggle to apologize. She doesn't want to take responsibility for herself, so it's much easier to shift the blame elsewhere. She'll claim that you made her do this or that. She'll insist that you should have known better. She'll accuse you of making her act badly. Oh, so it was my fault that you slipped and fell and Jamal's penis penetrated?
A couple of hundred times.
That's my fault.
And then, of course, you tripped and fell on and put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, I got it. Got it.
Yeah. She has very few girlfriends because selfishness is such an unattractive trait in someone. People tend to avoid selfish women. That may mean that selfish women don't really have many female friends. The ones they do have are likely to be superficial acquaintances or frenemies.
Frenemies. Now, think about that word for a minute, frenemy. See, men, we have the word enemy, and we know exactly the rights and privileges that title conveys. Women, they don't seem to understand that as least correctly. And they came up with the word frenemy, which is somebody who treats you like an enemy, but yet you keep them in your circle of friends. Wow. I just can't even wrap my head around that insanity.
Yeah, no thank you. Again, she only wants to talk about herself. I once knew a girl who would talk happily about herself for hours. One time I briefly mentioned something about myself, she started looking around the room and clearly wasn't listening to a word I was saying. It was totally rude, but she didn't even have the self-awareness to notice. When the conversation wasn't 100% focused on her, she just wasn't interested.
Yep.
And again, this one kind of ties into that one. She's not very nice to other people.
Yep.
Selfish women, a woman can very quickly be impatient, rude, and inconsiderate to others. It all goes back to the lack of empathy and sympathy I mentioned earlier in the article. Because she only thinks of herself, her focus is on how she feels. Her feelings. This means in her mind, she can speak to other people however she wants if they're not behaving how she expects them to.
So this is Karen behavior. The best way to see if a woman that you're thinking about is like this, take her out to dinner and see how she treats the wait staff.
Yep, that would be the best way to figure that out. And last but not least, here she always does what's best for herself. At the end of the day, a selfish woman is always going to do whatever is best for her. If that means being dishonest, then she'll do that too. If it means hurting others, then she'll do it too. It's not that she's truly doesn't care about anyone but herself. It's more that she is number one in her life, and other people don't get much of a look in.
Nope. Well, okay. Now listen, I'm going to be honest here. Everybody is selfish to a certain extent, just like everyone is racist a little bit to a certain extent. That's just the way we are because we're evil, hairless monkeys. But if you are so unlucky as to, set your sights on a woman like this, you quite literally are, in my opinion, you could be signing your own death warrant because they will suck the love and hope out of you. And some point down the road, you might just say, screw it and punch out. I'm trying to save your lives, gentlemen. That's why we're covering this craziness.
Yep. And now to move on to the bad habits.
Now here we go.
This is going to be
men
fun.
do this too.
Yep, we all have our own bad habits. I'm a lazy asshole that doesn't do his shows on Saturdays like he should. Rhino, I know you're out there listening, bastard. Well, get on it. But 23 women share their worst bad habits, and this might comfort you.
All right.
Yeah, well,
Let's
probably
see
comfort.
if we're being honest on this one.
Yeah. I'm late for everything. The problem is I grossly underestimate the time it will take for me to get ready and then get to wherever I need to go, even if it's somewhere I've gone 100 times, like work.
It's called backwards planning. We learned that in the military. It's literally one of the primary courses that you have to take in sergeant school so you can actually meet your time hacks. And there is no excuse for this. If you can't figure out how to get somewhere on time that you have been to many times in the past, you are stupid and lazy, in my opinion.
Yep. Fuck it up.
You're fucking up by the number.
And then Susan, 33, says, my boyfriend says my worst habit is picking my teeth. But how else am I supposed to get stuff from out between them? Also, it's not something I do in public.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's all right. Grace, 28, using text abbreviations in everyday life. I started doing it as a joke, but now I can't help myself inserting OMGs and LOLs in real life conversations.
I hate that.
Oh,
yes. As a exorcist, that just ruins me. I'll be like,
yeah.
What is? What is?
The dot matrix fucking printer's going off.
I can't tell how many times I tell my daughter, so be like, hey. Yeah, just use real words here. Let's not have any of these text abbreviation things. talk to me like a human being.
Yeah, I'm standing here face to face. I'm not on the other end of my phone, so
That's right. LOL.
LOL. Oh, she says, most of the time it's with friends that think it's funny, but I've done it at work a few times and gotten some serious side eye for it. Send help.
Mhm.
Put your phone down.
That's right.
Stop texting. That'll help.
100%.
Yeah. Marcia 32, she says, Facebook, I'm addicted to it. I can't help but to obsessively check it all the time. It's the first thing I do in the morning and the last thing I do at night.
One of the main reasons for that is it's a dopamine problem.
Yep.
And I think women have this worse than men in certain aspects when it comes to social media. Men have it when it comes to video games and porn.
Yep. Bad times. Let's see. Amy 42, her worst habit is to use my credit card to buy things I don't need. Getting harder to pay off my balance every month because I don't track my spending.
That is why you pull a credit report and any woman that you're keeping around you on a semi to permanent basis, which I don't recommend, because a lot of these women have this problem. They owe most of the consumer debt. They owe most of the student debt. Don't be the sucker. Don't ride to the rescue, and don't you dare pay their debt for them.
No. Because as soon as you pay the debt, you're going to be kicked to the curb.
That's right. I have dozens upon dozens of friends that's happened to.
Yep. Let's see. Margaret 24. She keeps buying junk food even though I'm trying to eat healthily. To make things worse, I always eat way too much of it because I do most of my snacking in front of the TV.
So this woman's fat.
She has Tourette's of the elbow.
That's right. Maybe double Tourette's of the elbow. If there's a certain pop singer that has that problem.
Yeah, the has a banana fetish.
Yeah, the one that's getting sued by her backup dancers.
I hope they sue her into the poorhouse. And then Jen 19. As embarrassing as I admit to it, my worst habit is to be picking my nose.
That's nothing. Everyone does that,
Yeah,
especially when you're in your car.
Yeah, I get an itch at work. I think you just got to go in there and get rid of it.
That's right.
Uh,
It's not a big deal.
No. And then, the Facebook woman, Kendra 29, posting everything on social media. For some reason, I feel like if I don't post it on social media, it didn't happen. My Twitter and Instagram feeds are filled with completely useless posts that nobody even reads.
I walked out on a date about 4 years ago because we ordered food or appetizers or whatever, and she literally takes out her phone and starts taking pictures of it. I'm like, I'm out of here. I got up, threw some money on the table, and said, "You enjoy that food. I'm out of here."
Yep. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Catalina 21 is procrastination.
I do that myself. That's
Yeah,
really the big one.
I'm guilty of that myself.
Everyone does it.
Yep. Deborah 31 says, both at home and work, I'm always biting off way more than I can chew because I can't seem to say no to anyone, even if I'm already doing way too much.
Well, that's not really a bad thing.
Mm.
That's just somebody who needs to be honest with themselves on what they can and cannot do.
Yep. If you can't handle it, say no.
Right.
Patricia 27. I've been smoking cigarettes for a few years now. They're disgusting and I can already see how they're affecting me, but I just can't get myself to quit.
Again, very common. Now, I myself, I really cannot get into a long-term anything with a woman that smokes. I just can't do it. I mean, I've dated some women that, were reformed smokers that would just smoke when they drink, which, it's annoying, but if they don't drink all the time, it's not a big deal. But if they're smoking half a pack or more a day or whatever, forget it. That is just nasty.
That's nasty.
It's nasty.
Let's see. Alice 34. According to my husband, my worst habit does not know what I want. The thing is, I like so many things that I don't have preference with when it comes to where to eat, we eat or what movie we watch.
All right. So what she's trying to say in her roundabout word salad is one word called indecisive. Just say indecisive, and we all know what that is.
Yep. That's a come swallow a heels up, pull my Harris sentence right there, if you ask me.
Listen, we don't need the soft shoe dance routine. Just tell us the word.
Yep. Jessica 41 is her worst habit is probably buying lotto tickets. I don't even know why I started, but every Friday I buy 2 tickets for the big game. I've never won $1,
Yeah.
and you never probably will.
The redneck retirement fund. That's what I call it. Now, people do win once in a while. Chances are it's not going to be you. Just remember that.
Yep. And I believe the last big Powerball was like
1.2
billion.
Yeah.
And the person only got like 400, 500 million of it.
Yep.
The rest of it went to the IRS. So congratulations. You got screwed over by the government yet again.
Yet again.
Let's see. Marie, 29, says making sure the dishes are done at the end of the day. That's not
a big deal.
Drives my roommate insane to find dirty dishes in the sink in the morning.
My mother had this problem. When she would go to work and she would come home, she'd left at like 5 in the morning and come back at like 6:30 in the evening. If there was so much as a spoon in the sink, she just went off. And I literally I'm like, what the hell? What's the big deal? It's a piece of silverware. And it was like, it turned into this huge nut roll about we didn't love her. We didn't care about her. She worked so hard. I couldn't stand it. And that's one of my pet peeves now is I wash stuff in the sink when I get around to it. I can care less.
Yep. Same here. Let's see. Martha, 18. She bites her fingernails.
Not
that big. Carolyn, 37. She says, when I get nervous, I start talking way too fast, which usually means I get to ask to repeat myself, which just makes me even more nervous.
So she's Hispanic. Yeah. You ever have Hispanic women get mad at you? Like they sound like an angry auctioneer. I can't even understand what the hell they're saying. It's like, whoa, hey. And I'm like, all right, she going for the bat of gutter nails. I'm out of here.
Run fast, Pop.
Never gets old.
Yep. Let's see. Lizzie, 23. I'm working hard to break this habit now, but I'm always picking at my chapped lips, usually until they bleed. And when I can't pick the pieces of skin off, I chew on them.
I do the same thing. I have devil's rectum lips too. It just is what it is.
Get you some chapstick.
Yeah, whatever. It's been like that ever since I was a young child. So
yeah.
Move on to the next one, so we don't keep reading all this.
Yeah. So these are just basic.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah, we almost got them all. Let's see. Frances goes to bed late when she has to wake up early.
Nah, I do that all the time.
You get 3 hours of sleep, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Heather, 25. She's so disorganized, can't ever find everything, which means I spend 5 minutes looking for my car keys almost every morning. That's why you put your shit in a bowl.
That's right. It's not that hard.
Not that hard.
I mean, I'm a pile guy, and I know where everything is. I always when I'm done, I put it in a certain location, and when I go there, and it's usually there because I have a terrible memory, and habit helps me get around that basically the black hole of memory problems that I have.
Yeah. Let's see. Naomi, 30. My 2 worst bad habits are using my treadmill for storage and paying for a gym membership every month that I don't use. So
everyone does that. That is nothing.
The treadmill is just another place for a pile.
Or you can hang your laundry on it. I mean, I've done that before. It's sort of dry.
Yep. And this one's fucking stupid. Pam, don't tell my dentist I only floss before visiting him. So like twice a year.
That's nasty.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That's how you lose your teeth at 50.
Yeah. Maria, I wish I could change. I wish I could change because my worst habit is being super harmful to everything.
So she's a
Hmm.
bitch.
Jeez, bitch.
I got it.
And then finally, here we got Sylvia. More often than not, I go to sleep with makeup on. Somehow, I rarely end up breaking out, but I know it's still not good for my skin. It always ends up taking extra time in the morning to get it all off washed before I can reapply.
Yes, and that's the bump and grind shop. I consider it catfishing for the most part because some of these women out there are really good at catfishing, and in my opinion, it's the equivalent of indirect rape.
Yep. Go to bed with an 8, you wake up with a 2.
Yep, and then you know you're screwed.
Uh,
You better not give her the 10 dick, or you have a stalker for life.
yeah, you'll be in real trouble here. All righty, let's see. Got one more, got a few more coming up here. Now then,
Let's see if we have any super
see.
chats to cover.
We got a couple here. Let's see. Looks like over on YouTube, we got Prince Revolver, $10. The title perfectly describes my ex. There you go. That'll do it. Let's see, Rumble, I did not see one. Let me scroll back up just to make sure. I did not see any on the Rumble side. Nope. Let's see. You've got Single for Life. Hello, Grunts. Jimmy. All righty. He says to suck it up, Buttercup.
God, I hate that one.
God.
I hate that bitch.
Ah.
God damn, I want to just gouge my eyes out every time I see that. It's just,
Yeah. At times. But again, Rumble, or not Rumble, but Odyssey seemed to has shit the bed on us. I'm not sure if we're still going on over there. Let me do a refresh here.
I thought you terminated the feed.
Thought I did, but apparently not.
Oh, okay.
I guess we're still going over there, but
all right.
We're running over there, so we're looking good over there. And let's see, D Live, no lemons over there, and we got 13 over on Twitch watching.
All right, cool.
5 on D Live, 10 over on Odyssey. Don't have MGTOW pulled up, but we got 264 over on Rumble and 337 on YouTube.
All right.
We're doing all right. But let's see. Yeah, I'll bring this one up. We'll burn through these real quick here. But 10 bad habits that females have that men can't stand. So we'll be getting the man's side of
Just
things.
go to
on
the
this
list.
one.
You don't have to read all the shit.
Yep. Going to bed with makeup on. Yeah, that last one was bad because that's how you make a mess off your pillows. It's a pain in the ass to clean.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get like boils and zits and shit.
Chipping away at nail varnish and biting nails.
Yeah,
I
don't give a shit about that.
Don't care about that. Not understanding that perfume is supposed to be subtle.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
If my eyes are watering and I start sneezing because you over applied stank, my first thought is like, what are you hiding? And the second one is like, oh my God. I mean, it's unbearable.
Yep. I used to work at a lumber yard, and there'd be one woman, pretty heavy set. She would come in. Her perfume would linger for like 3 hours after she left.
Well, chances are she put on so much perfume to cover the rancid smell coming from her fat folds.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. So she's basically a mushroom farm. Walking mushroom farm. It's just nasty.
Number 4, correcting a man on tiny, pointless details. Nitpicking.
That's nitpicking. That's on the list we'll be covering.
Yep. 5, swearing, especially in front of other men.
Sailor mouth. Now, if I'm with a woman and she starts swearing once she starts drinking, it's not a big deal. But if I'm walking around town and and she still has the sailor mouth, she's in the temporary pile. I'm not going to have that around me on a, on a permanent basis. It's just not going to happen.
Yep. Says the man that's trying to stop dropping F-bombs on streams.
I am. 33 years in the Army. What are you going to do?
Yep. Wearing the wrong bra size.
Yeah, that's a chick thing.
Yep, that's chick
The
thing.
only time that annoys me is when she's like a B cup and then she wears like a bra that makes her look like a C or a D cup. That's bait and switch right there.
It's false advertising, man.
That's right. You think you're going to get 15-mile-an-hour bumper upstairs, and it turns into like a 2.5-mile-an-hour bumper.
Yep.
Come on, that's bait. It's bait and switch.
Yep.
You're lost. That.
Being overly obsessive about appearance. Vanity, anyone?
Well, if she's very selfish, that goes hand in hand.
Yep.
Vanity and narcissism are pretty much joined at the hip.
Yep. Big lies, smalls lies, 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 lies.
I hate it when women lie to me. Normally, once they lie to me, that for the most part, it's it.
Yep. Let's see. Repetitive behaviors such as coughing, sniffling, burping, etc.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like every second and whatnot, then it's like, okay, you can stop burping now. That's getting disgusting.
You might need to go to the doctor for that.
Yeah. And number 10, get off your phone.
That's a big one. That is a big one.
Yep.
Like in the past, after my divorce, when I was, dating and carousing, let's just be honest. If they are always pulling their phone out, I got no time for that. Sorry.
Yep. That's when you just get up from the table and say, okay, you can call whoever you're texting. They can come pay the check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got another list here we can burn through here real quick. I'm more than likely guessing they've got some repeats on here. But 18 bad habits every girl is guilty of. Number 1, not taking makeup off. Yeah, covered that one. Picking at spots.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Meth and dicks.
Yeah.
Eating a mountain of chocolate when they feel bad.
Yeah. Why do they do that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They just have that little, I wouldn't call it an evil side because we all know how Evil Pop likes his mint chocolate chip.
Well, I know that the chocolate actually mimics some of the endorphins you get from live.
Yep, it's got the
chocolate booze pretty much covered that. Yeah.
Yep. Nail biting, we already covered that. Picking nail varnish, and got that. Forgetting to put deodorant on and seriously regretting it later.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of armpit stank.
No.
And a woman, not going to work for me.
No. Lifting a tiny dumbbell once a week and claiming to be really into exercise.
That's just deception. Women do that. It's like the bread and butter of their existence.
Yep. Oh, reading trashy magazines they know are terrible to women.
They like drama.
Yep.
That's why the soap operas existed since they invented the goddamn radio.
Yep. Stealing each other's clothes, whether it from a housemate, sister, or mother.
Very common.
Yep.
That's chick SOP.
Yep. Spending way too much time constructing a text message.
Yeah. Why? I don't get it.
Yep. That's why if you really want to have fun, gentlemen, your woman sends you a paragraph, read about the first 3 lines, and then just reply with "okay" and turn your phone off.
That's exactly what I do. Okay.
She's really gonna like that.
Cool. It's just,
yep.
I'm not one of those guys that's gonna like write a novel back.
Yeah, no shit.
I'll just call you and tell you on the phone.
Yeah. If you got that much, if you can text me that much, just call me, please. Of course, splurging a ton of money on something I never wear, covered that. Laughing at other girls who take duck face selfies, then doing it themselves on a night out.
Again, they're obsessed with
Yes.
the vanity. That's
Yep.
the only reason they do that. It's vanity.
Yep. That and usually whenever women take the duck face selfies, I call that the baboon ass picture because your mouth looks like a baboon's ass. Stop it.
Baboon ass picture.
Falling for bad boys. Again, that's pretty much SOP for
SOP.
women. Yep. Wearing ridiculous heels. Yes, women.
Mm.
Don't wear heels that make you walk like a newborn baby giraffe.
Now, I was in Chicago once, and this woman broke her ankle because she had these incredibly high stiletto heels on. Goddamn hospital and get a cast.
Oh,
I mean, at what point you're like, you know what? This could actually hurt me.
yeah,
Well, that's what they call vanity. I think that's one of the 7 deadly sins, right?
that it is. Wearing a nice but subtle bronze glow, but ending up like this. I'm assuming it looks like you look like a Cheeto.
Or
Burnt
Trump.
Cheeto. Yeah. Stressing out over what to wear. Again, that's basic chick,
Uh-huh.
that's ingrained into chicks and whatnot. Packing too much into a small bag. Yeah, they're going on a 3-day vacation. They need 11 outfits.
Or listen, that always bothered me that some of these women have purses that are just potato sacks. And there's so much shit in these. I mean, my mother's guilty of this. She got her purse, her keys, 2 sets of gloves, socks, makeup, medication. I mean, it just goes on and on. It's like a 28-pound purse. It's
Jesus.
stupid. She's 77. She's literally warping her skeleton carrying this thing around. That's how old she is.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, finally, last but not least, spending way too much money on a haircut and feeling incredibly guilty about it.
Yeah, I never understood that. Like, I just got my hair cut today. It cost me $12. I gave him a $3 tip, $15. And women go into the hair salon and it's $150 bill.
Yep.
Mm.
But who cares? Girls still rule. No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
Oh my Lord.
God.
So we got one more, or is that it?
Let's see. We got a couple more lists here we can burn through, but we've covered pretty much a little bit of the single life women, single women and whatnot.
Yeah.
A little bit of the ones in relationships, but here's 11 bad relationship habits plus how to break them.
Here we go. Just go to the list. Don't read all the bullshit.
Not cleaning up after yourself. Yeah, if you're a fat slob,
Lazy procrastinator. I got it.
Yep. Nagging.
Oh, that's almost exclusively women.
People who annoy me.
Everything that you enjoy, if you trace it back to the person who invented it, it all goes back to a nagging tax. Plain and simple.
Let's see, we got clinging.
Now, listen, I am not a fan of women that are overly clingy, and I'm sure men who do that to women, it's got to just turn their stomach. You don't want to be that clingy person. It's a bad look.
Yep, makes you look desperate, and desperation is a smelly cologne.
That's right.
Snooping or not respecting privacy or space.
All right.
Perfect example. Let me see your phone.
No, listen, I've had this one woman I dated when I was in college go through my shit and found some pictures of a woman that I had known 4 or 5 years prior to this who gave me a Polaroid with her tits hanging out. And oh my God, it turned into a huge nut roll, especially when I refused to throw the picture away.
Must have been some very nice front bumpers there then.
It was all principle. I'm like, listen, that's my personal shit. And if you're going to go through it and get mad, fuck you. I'm not doing it.
Yep. And it's always funny. They're always like, "Let me see your phone," and I'm like, "Okay, let me see your phone." And then they got to open it up real quick, and then they got to push a bunch of things, and then they'll hand it over. Me, I would be like, "Here you go." And the camera roll. There's a bunch of memes. Have fun. You might even wake up from the bullshit too.
Yep. Yep.
Of course, teasing and joking. Okay, now there's
All right. Now,
playful teasing and joking. That that's fine, and whatnot.
all right. Hang on here. Hang on. No. See, you're missing the whole thing here. Men will tease and joke and bust balls 95% of the time. We don't mean it. Women will give compliments, and 95% of the time, they don't mean it. It's a whole different dynamic between men and women in this kind of mindset. Keep that in the back of your brain pan, dudes.
Yep. Usually, when a woman gives you a compliment, it's a backhanded one.
It's a trap.
Yep, it's a trap. Not taking care of yourself. Again, being a fat, lazy slob. Don't judge me.
Women always, after they have a kid and they're married and they think they have, carte blanche to pull a pin on the fat grenade, they do it all the time.
Yeah.
Men do it too.
Yep. Waiting for your partner to initiate sex or affection.
It's usually the dude that does that. And if you have to have a debate with your wife to get punani, you have become a master debater and you are doing it wrong.
Yep. They're taking your partner for granted.
Everyone does that to a certain extent.
To a certain extent. Being critical and trying to change your partner. He's different. I can change him.
Don't ever do that, because the minute you let her change you, you're not the person I fell in love with, and she's going to go shopping for another piece of kiyaka.
Yep. And spending too much time on technology. We pretty much
already covered that.
Beat that horse to death. And being controlling. Again, covered that a little bit as well.
Yep. Women are, I would have to say, between men and women are far more controlling of their man than a man is of his woman. Especially with, we have so many beta males out there that whatever you say, happy wife, happy life. Dude, come on, knock it off.
Yeah. All righty. And the last one here for you gentlemen going out on your first date. 10 bad habits women have on first dates.
Here we go.
One word answers to every question.
Yes, that basically women do that when they're not interested and it's a foodie date.
Yep. Let's see. Letting it turn into an interview.
Women do this all the time.
Yep.
Yep.
Leaving the guy at the steering wheel all by himself. Yep.
Okay.
Where do you want to eat? Oh, I don't know. You pick. Where do you want to eat? Do you want to go for a drink? Oh, I don't know. I don't care. That's when you just pull the reverse psychology and say, okay, pick three different. I'm gonna tell you 3 places that we're gonna eat. You pick one. If you don't pick one of those, we're going back to the house and you're gonna be eating some man meat.
No, actually, when I have a woman that does that, I'd be like, oh, Outback it is. I like the Outback, even though it's a total scam. The food still tastes good.
Yeah, it's not bad. I haven't had it in a while. Let's see. Nervous phone checking.
We already covered that.
Yep. The inside joke stories.
Women don't really do that often. Men do that more than women.
Yep. Not being yourself.
Men and women both do that.
Yep. Men put up the front to get the poon, and women put up the front to get the money.
Correct.
Mentioning something you saw on his Facebook page. That's
not really a big deal.
The basic conversation starter. Oh, I like that picture that you took, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I liked your car that day. Pretty nitpicky there. Rushing to judgments. But women don't judge.
Yeah, women don't rush
Right?
to judgment. I mean, men do to a certain extent, at least the ones I'm trying to condition so they don't get ruined in the real world. And the biggest judgment any man should have of a woman is the dick stacking test, bro.
Yep.
Because that is the key indicator if you are going to get flushed in the future or not.
Yeah. Let's see. Number 9, wrestling with sex.
Eh. Listen, if you're with a woman and she's not into it, or it's becomes a problem, and it's always like a big chore to try to get nookie, just rotate her out and get a different woman. You don't need that in your life.
Yep. All right. And the last thing down here is letting things go without a fight.
That is really hard for women. All of the relationships I've ever been in, including my Mirage, they never let shit go. It was either put in the fight bank for future ammo, or it just went on and on and on to the point of lunacy. Wow.
Fun times.
On and on and on.
Forever.
Are we ready for the briefing?
We are ready for the briefing.
All right, let's get it set up here.
And while Pop is getting ready to set up there, I want to remind everybody that Billy Von Baum is doing a show a little bit later on tonight. We might be overlapping just a little bit, but let me actually bring his channel up here. So if you guys want to hang out here for the after party for a little bit, we'll be here. Or if you want to go over and check out Billy's video or his stream, I'll drop that in the chats here. Oops, let me do this. There we go. Looks like Odyssey is still running, so
Yeah, what the hell's going on with that?
I don't know what happened over there. So
all right, so I'm going to go through the briefing, and at the end I'll do some close-ups on the board because we got some comments from guys like, we can't read the board. It is what it is. All right, so here are standard frustration, or you can call it complications in virtually every person's life, like normal people. I'm not talking about the uber rich, but you have 4 slots that you have to basically give a fuck about. Your job, your family, your house, and your car. All right. 1, this is where you store your shit. You need this to get to your job, and you need a job to take care of your family. So when we go through the graph, you got to keep in the back of your mind, there's already 4 frustration points that most people carry with them everywhere they go, 24/7, 365, minus the uber rich, the psychopaths, and the sociopaths. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so what I have here, let's see if I don't want to give the briefing and be off camera again like I did last time. All right, so over here we have common frustrations. Most of these have already been covered in the articles that we read before we started this. And I did the supporters on Sunday. We came up with a list of like 38 bad habits women do on the regular. And I kind of boiled it down to this right here. So common frustrations: lie, deceit, gaslighting, deal breakers. Basically, somebody who lies to you and is just and basically has no honor. They're not loyal. It is what it is. All right. Then you have argumentative / combative. Listen, Hispanic women have the market cornered on that one. You can get as pissed as you want. I don't care. In fact, I know you get pissed because you walk around in a constant state of aggravation and rage. Got it. All right. Next, slob. All right. Now, there's a big difference. Like, I'm a pile guy. I am not a slob. A slob is typically someone who's so dirty, it is basically a health hazard. You don't need that in your life. There's already enough diseases out there to be exposed to on the regular. Living with a slob, you don't need it. All right. Abuse. That's, let's do the Duluth model, physical, mental, financial, blah, blah, blah. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. All right. Next one's lazy. I have no idea how people survive in today's day and age, especially if they are super, super lazy. And it's kind of insulting if you're with a woman who's very lazy and she expects you to pick up the slack all of the time. It really wears a dude thin. All right, next, gamble. Now, a lot of people think, gamble. Why is gamble on there? Well, I'm going to tell you, during my 33 years in the service, I knew probably a dozen guys whose significant others had severe gambling problems. Only one tried to work it out. The rest of them, it wound up in a horrible divorce. And this particular individual, he was lieutenant colonel, and he was a nurse anesthetist on the civilian side. And his wife did it twice. First time, she took out a second mortgage, like $47,000, $55,000 that he had to pay off. And the second time, she maxed out like 8 credit cards to the tune of $40K. And I'm assuming he's still with her because he didn't divorce her after the second one. But this actually happens quite a bit. All right. And this can really ruin your life here. So you need to be careful of this. All right. Next, overeating and fat. Now, I know there's probably some fat women out there who are like, hey, you're fat phobic. You're an istophobe idiot. I don't care. Being fat is simply numbers. Calories in, calories burnt. You ate your way in, you can walk your way out as per Bill Burr. All right. You have nagger criticism. I can't tell you how many guys I know who literally hate going home because they are going to get nagged and they're going to get criticized. If you're with a woman that nags and criticizes all the time, I can guarantee you're going to be miserable later on in life if you keep her around. Rumor and gossip. All right. This is an SOP setting for most women. They literally can't turn it off. So I put it on here because it is somewhat frustrating, especially if you're with a woman and she's spreading rumors and gossip about you. That is a bridge too far in my book, but I put it on the list. Okay, and then we have petty, OCD, nitpicker. I can't tell you how many guys I know, no matter what they do, it's never good enough. It's never enough. There is no gratitude. There's no thank yous. All they do is bitch, moan, and complain with a double barrel set of lips that all women are issued when they drop out of the meat sack. They have 2 sets of lips, one for pissing and one for moaning. It is what it is. All right. Over excuser. Again, if she's lazy and you call her out on it, there's an excuse. All right. If she's nagging or criticizing you, she covers it with an excuse. There's an excuse for everything. Listen, the maximum range of an excuse is 0 meters. If you're a dude who's dick thinking, the maximum range of your excuses are the length of your penis. All right. Sailor mouth. We already talked about this, bringing this up here. Having a woman in your life who's a sailor mouth 24/7, 365. Don't do it, gentlemen. You're really impacting your honor and respect that you get from other men around you. All right. It's one thing if you're at the bar drinking and she starts swearing, not a big deal. All right. Poor hygiene. Now, I put this on the list because there's a lot of simps out there that will put up with some stinky ass women because that's all they can get. Listen, there's a reason why they have a nose ring and a belly button ring. They're both there to hang an air freshener because they are dirty. All right, next. Doesn't respect your property. Let me say that again. Does not respect your property. Because let's be honest, your property is a direct reflection on you. So if you're with a woman and she just destroys your shit, or she doesn't treat it well, or you need to put your guns in the garage, you need to get rid of your motorcycle, your car, your guns, she doesn't respect you. Get rid of her. All right. Materialistic. This is listen, it's the main driving force for the Cudge factor. If you're with a woman who's over materialistic, you are literally signing yourself up to put on the yoke of slavery, to work your ass off to meet these needs. And I can guarantee you, you will get no gratitude or thank yous. And the minute you can't do it, you're going to get jettisoned. Next, wristwatch challenged. All right. If she is late all the time and really, doesn't really care, that becomes quite frustrating for a man later on in life. All right. Now, before we get into this main thing here are some things that can actually affect how this all, comes into fruition. Stupid people. Typically, as you get older, you lose your patience for stupid people. I myself have lost a lot of patience. I can't stand going out into the real world and interacting with people on the regular because they're so goddamn stupid. A lot of that might have to do because I have PTSD, and that's why I put that on the list. All right. Divorce. All right. Now, there's a lot of guys out there get divorced, and let's be honest, they get red-pilled, which is the next one. You get red-pilled, you lose. Once you learn that the blue pill world was an illusion and a lie, along with the red pill rage comes a very low tolerance for blue pill bullshit. All right. Loss of your kids. Listen, I know lots of guys, and I was one of them. Lost our kids, and along with that, we lost our patience. All right. I use the fuck it mantra when I run into something that takes me beyond my frustration complications. I just do the fuck it, and it no longer matters. You need to try it because it does work. Next, war. I heard this myself. You're not the same man you were before you went to war. Well, of course you're not, because you went to fucking war, man. You're on the two-way rifle range. It's kill or be killed. You become the squirrel. You really lose a lot of tolerance when that happens. All right, now if you look over here, and let's see if I can do it over here. I'll do it over here. Fuck it. All right. So when you look over here, you have the frustration points. Now, if you remember when you were a young child, you had to go to school and you had your after hours, stuff you had to do, like sports and play the violin or drums or what have you. Then you have to deal with friends and family and your parents and all the bullshit that went along with that. You have about 30 slots for patience or frustration. It all depends if you're a pessimist or an optimist. All right. Now, you can see here, this is pretty much when you drop out of the meat sack, and it slowly comes down as you become smarter and your balls drop and you start getting that surge of testosterone, and you're basically, developing your frame. So this frustration, slots around 15 years old drops to 15. It's pretty much cut in half. Now, if you're out there and you have sons, I can bet you between the ages of 14 and 16, they probably puff their chest up and say, "What are you going to do about it, Dad?" Or, "It's none of your business." Because guess what? You're exceeding their frustration slots and they're flexing on you. Of course, you're going to have to beat them down. I mean, any man would have to do that. That's just the way it goes. Just don't maim them or hurt them, but slap them around a little bit. Use your old man, dad strength on them, and they'll respect you more for it down the road. All right, now you'll see here, that's age 15. We have the next one is age 20, right around 20. You've been working for a couple of years, or you're in college and you're starting to really lose your patience. So this goes down to 10. All right, 10. And then next one is 30. It goes down to 8 at 30. 30 is pretty much where most men are looking to get married. All right, so you need to be very careful, ladies, that you try to get to these men in this zone here because they have more frustration or patient points for you, since most women today are radically just, I mean, they are not in touch with reality at all. They're narcissistic, spoiled, and they come with all kinds of bad habits now. All right, that's at 30. Now you see here, the slots go down to 5, and that usually starts right around 50. Now, we've already covered the list down here. You're already at 4. So you have a razor-thin margin for any more bullshit. All right, so if a woman shows up with even one of these on the list, you're like, screw it. I'm done. I don't want nothing to do with it, because you are in the peace zone, the peace contentment zone, which is on this side of 50. All right. Now you see this dotted line here that's colored yellow. That's for men who have been feminized. Now, granted, they do develop somewhat of a frame, but they literally will put up with a lot more bullshit, which will cause them to lose respect in the eyes of the opposite sex. That's just the way it goes. So a normal dude on his frame, by the time you're 50 till you drop into the hole when you're done, you have 5 slots for patience or frustration, and 4 of them are already taken. If you're one of these feminized men, you have about 8 by the time you drop into the hole. That's 4 or 3 extra fucking points for people to take advantage of you in your older years. Now, if you have a life situation which brings you to the north side of this line, and right around the age of 30, you will see you have the misery line that climbs. All right. If you have to deal with stuff that goes beyond the numbers that you should be able to handle, it spells misery. That's why a lot of men who stay married, beyond the age of 30, let's say 50, and they stay married, a lot of them wind up in this misery zone. You don't want to be that guy. All right. Listen, life is too short to deal with frustration and bullshit. All right. A lot of men who are on the misery line wind up punching out early. They just can't take it. It destroys their hope. And I dare say it destroys their love. So you need to be conscious of how this whole frustration loop works for you, gentlemen, because I can guarantee you, all of you out there are falling on this graph somewhere. It's just that simple. All right. How was that? Is that good?
That gives a good.
How many minutes did that take? About 15?
Yeah, about 15 minutes. We're running just a little over time, so that wasn't too bad.
Not bad. All right, now let me get some close-ups on the board here.
There we go. While Pop's doing that, I'll jump back in. We'll read some super chats. Call it a night. Over on YouTube, we got Costa Lamb. Says she lies when it suits her, which is all the damn time.
Yep.
And then now we got a D Jugiz. So I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, but add to the list. She won't have shower beers with you. That is a big yes. That is a big deal breaker for me.
No shower beer?
No shower beer. You got to have a shower beer every now and then. Come on, man.
I personally never messed around with shower beers.
They hit pretty good.
Shower titties. That's a whole other thing.
That's a whole different thing. Jumping over to Rumble here. Digital Dewey says, Hi, British cigarettes. I'm going to use that because we're still on YouTube. Hope you guys are good. Doing all right. He says, my girls are here and they made Chinese food. I hate the Hillary shit as much as you, Pop.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah. My girlfriends told me they have heard today at college Ho Mind and Ho Hive.
What's that?
That's a good question. We have to send in an update on that. He says, and then he sent in some vids and memes.
All right.
Get to those at the end of the show here. Scroll down here. I know I saw one other one here. Got a net guy 1975. It says, blue pilled world is set up for disaster. Took me to 24 to pull my head out of my ass and make my life start working.
Hmm.
Yeah, the sooner the better that happens to everybody.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah. See, nothing new over on MGTOW. Over here on Odyssey, it seems to be working all right. But I was scrolling up in the chat, and apparently, according to Sparky the Welder, Odyssey's been weird for a few days. So,
growing pains.
Yeah. But we do have a chat from Chief Kickabitch of the Slapaho Nation. It says, the worst part on top of heavy perfume is heavy old women perfume.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
got to cover up the organ failure.
Ugh, it's terrible. All right. It looks like that's it for the chats here. So we'll jump over to, the memes here. Start with the memes. Let's see which one. Start off with this good old. When the pedo starts telling me how the love has no boundaries. Okay, get in.
Wood chipper
go burr.
I like it.
Yep. Let's see. And we'll go to the next one here. Where was it? That one. There we go. It says, got this out of an ATM today. I sucked a dick for this. Stay in school. The struggle is real. Yeah, but
oh my God, that's hilarious.
$20. $20 is $20.
Writing that on the $20 bill.
$20 is $20.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's funny. Got mail online here. The government is pushing yet another variant of DeCoof 19. If you still believe in the bullshit after the 4 years of corruption, then you are being urged to go see your GP for a prescription of bullshitisipol. This drug has helped to eliminate the stupidity in people.
I like it.
Yeah, you're gonna need some extra strength. You're gonna need some extra strength for some people. And I did see this one earlier this week, and I don't know, Pop. You tell me if it's accurate or not.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd say that's fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Fairly accurate there. All right, let me get the videos queued up here. I did peruse them once, and there is one I am going to have to put on mute. There is music, so it's no big deal, though. But we got this one here. I've seen this one, too. It's grainy, but it's a good thing that it's grainy.
I like it.
That's
yeah.
That is a very decent vanity.
That's a Bachelor right there.
Oh yeah. Let's see. This is the one that I'm gonna have to take volume down there for a second here. Did see this one though. This one is pretty wholesome though. But when Dad invites you to go to work with him. Again, there was music here, so I had to mute it there, though. And you rush to dress up your clothes.
He's putting a uniform on her.
She's got a little mini chest rig on her.
Nice. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Woman, put this on. All right.
Oh, yeah.
It's got her name on it and everything.
Oh, yeah. We do love the kid videos. Well, we like the kid videos around here. We We need some wholesomeness every now and then around here.
Can't hurt.
Nope. Let's see. Jump on the next two here. This one I can get the volume back up. All righty. There we go. Do you feel dominated by your wife?
Is there no sound? Oh, there's no sound, huh?
What the heck? Hang on a sec.
Huh. Not a big deal. It is what it is.
Yeah, it says also share. Oh, StreamYards. You updated some shit on me.
Yep.
Bastards. All right, we'll try that one again here.
I hate it when that happens.
I just seen the share screen audio thing, and it says, "Oh yeah, you can do that." Nope, you got to flip the little deal. So, there we go. Now we'll have audio. All right.
Do you feel dominated by your wife?
No, he's not. He's actually really happy. Happiest he's ever been. I love you. Honestly, I don't even know why we're here.
Why we're here.
With you.
Wow.
The look of a man defeated. Shame.
That's exactly what that is.
All right. Let's see. We'll get this last video up here. Oh, this ought to be a good one. I remember seeing this. I didn't watch the actual video of it, but we got Potato Joe behind the microphone. So this ought to be good.
There we go.
No, it has to evolve our institutions and drive creative new partnerships. Let me be clear. Certain principles of our international system are sacrosanct.
What? What?
Let's play that one more time. See if we can discern what he says. Yep. God damn it. Fucking click the wrong button. Son of a bitch. Bastard. There we go.
Now, it has to evolve our institutions and drive creative new partnerships. Let me be clear. Certain principles of our international system are sacrosanct.
Huh?
What a weirdo.
Ugh.
I don't get it.
Joe Biden, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. See, that was it for the memes and the videos here. Let me do one final check for the chats and if we had any more donations come in. All right, it does not look like it. So I believe, Pop, we are ready for safety briefing.
All right, everybody. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It never works out. If you're going to bang, wear a condom and take it with you or flush it down the toilet. Things are getting weird out there. So pack up, rack up, and stack up. Maintain your head on a swivel and your situational awareness because it will save your life.
And just to update everybody, I've got some stuff going on this weekend. I will not be here tomorrow or Friday. So Red Pill Rhino will be filling in for us, so things will be running just a little more smoothly. That. So
but Rhino will be on tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to do a Friday stream. I need to think about it.
All righty. Well, in that case, if you guys do want to come in and hang out with us for a little bit afterwards, I'm putting the StreamYard link in the chats here. And as always, we always fill up rather quick. So if we can't jump in yet, keep trying, gents. We'll try to rotate everybody in and out. But there we go.
All right.
StreamYard link is in the chats. We will see you guys in the after party.
All right.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.